Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time for me to talk about current events in the online fitness community. another audio recording from just a few years ago has been released of Rich Piana talking to his same ex. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing. Work on skilling up my crafting a little bit. Let's talk about this. Alright, this one, the source that I saw for it today was Prophet Muscle. Looks like he's the first one to get a hold of this recording. I'm not going to use the recording in this video, but I did hear it. I heard it on his channel. Now, people are going, why are you being so nice to Prophet Muscle? Few people don't like that. They're like, he's egotistical and he's a bully. You know what? I don't have a problem with Prophet Muscle. That's just it. I see the guy getting some hard-hitting information that no one else has access to. He's got a couple recordings. They're interesting. He's putting them out there for us to hear. I don't see him conning anybody. Most of the people in this industry are con men and snake oil salesmen. To my knowledge, this guy isn't running around selling a bunch of garbage products, right? Not selling a bunch of garbage products. Is he a little over the top? Does he showboat a little? Yeah, but he's an entertainer. He's a fighter and an entertainer. All right, he's there to entertain you, but he's not conning you out of money. So what if he's a little over the top? He's trying to entertain people. I don't have a problem with someone being an entertainer. I have no reason to hate this guy. I have no reason at all. He's never disrespected me, and I don't see him conning anybody out of their money. All I see him doing is calling some people out on being con men, being really bad people. So how am I supposed to hate on the guy for that? He's an entertainer, and he's actually somewhat entertaining. So, you know, nothing but love for him at this point. I have no reason to hate the guy. So he puts out a video with this information. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. So, that being said, we got another video with Rich still talking about this stuff. Still basically backing up his racism. You know, still upset with this chick over Michael Jordan. You know, where he used the M-word over and over and over. You know, what a mess. Alright guys, I thought there's some different interesting perspectives on it. I personally don't care if the guy is racist. I don't think racism is ultimately the end of the world. I really don't. I really don't. I'm not one of these people, oh, racism is the worst thing in the world. Racism is basically a bad character trait. That's about it. Some people say, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. It is. It's just a bad character trait. That's it. Alright? It can be a negative aspect of your personality. It's not world ending. Now, that being said, does Rich strike me as racist based on what he said? Yeah. Yeah. I don't really care. I don't like say, oh my God, he's a terrible person, he's racist, but he does seem to be racist with what he said. I mean, no one says the N-word that many times and talks about how disgusting it is that a black man kissed a woman's cheek and she should hang herself and she's a piece of white trash. And I mean, that's racist, guy. I mean, come on. If you want a textbook definition for racism, there you go. Okay, that is what it is. Now, the thing that's interesting, I'm more concerned about than the fact that he might be racist is the fact of the trend of the way he treats other people. Because you know what? It's one thing to have an opinion. Do you really care if your old retired grandma is racist and uses the N-word? Let's be honest here. Does she have any ability to negatively affect people? No. Having an opinion that we might disagree with, that we might find distasteful, but the opinion itself isn't harming anyone? No one cares. You shouldn't care. Why do you care if some 80-year-old woman sitting in a wheelchair is racist? It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the world in any way. Opinions don't matter. It's actions. It's the way that you treat people that matter. Okay, the way you treat people. Not necessarily just what you believe, but how you act. My concern is, you know, we've got Rich here, and someone else noted this too in the community. Chris Jones noted it. That came through my feed randomly. Saw Chris Jones pop up in there. He said he doesn't know if Rich is racist. But what he is seeing is he's not really a ladies' man. He does not know how to treat a woman. Because the way that he was talking to her is basically belittling her. Okay? He was basically trying to break her down. He was trying to break her down emotionally, break her down spiritually, belittle her to make her destroy her self-esteem. Now that's the concern, because you know the type of guys who treat women like that, who break them down. Okay, you can be a strong man without belittling your woman. You can be a strong man and lift your woman up by your side. Okay? You can be a strong man without beating down your girl. All right? In fact, a truly strong man lifts his woman up. A king needs a queen. Am I right? All right? And if you're a kingly man, you do treat your woman like a queen. You know, you need to elevate her to be by your side. All right? To stand beside you. You don't beat women down. Beating women down is a sign of weakness and insecurity. All right? Now, he was beating her down. All right? Beating her down. That's a bit concerning. That's a serious negative character trait, potentially, because this is something he's doing to other people. Now, the same thing, you know, there's also rumors out there that maybe he beat down Sarah. She's from Iceland the same way, belittled her, and she never got to tell her side of the story. But, you know, he divorced her and said, oh, she was just trying to get a green card. He said some negative things. We don't know her side of the story. We don't know her side of the story. Now, what I do want to say with all this, these are people's exes. And, you know, a lot of people have exes that are going to say bad things about you. Just because an ex says something about him, let's say you've got an ex who says something about Rich. That's not the final word. That's their side of the story. Okay, and if an ex is holding a grudge, they could exaggerate. They could exaggerate. They might even lie. Maybe in their mind that is the truth. But that's their side of the story. And remember, a vindictive ex, probably not always the best source of information. But in this case, you've got the recordings. All right, you've got his actual behavior displayed in the way that he's treating them and talking to them directly. All right, he's belittling to them. He is, you can hear that in both videos. He's beating her down. He's breaking her down. A strong man doesn't need to do that. All right, a strong man doesn't have to do that with his woman. A weak man has to do that to try to keep them in line. They've got to keep them down so that they can maintain control. See, if you're a strong man, you don't have to do that. All right, that's a negative character trait. And then when we see what he did with Genova, he slapped around in public and publicly humiliated and slapped around a mentally handicapped guy. Then after the fact, he buddies up to him, offers him some free publicity and everything so he won't press charges. Because Rich knew that had Genova pressed charges, he'd be in prison right now. He on camera slapped and assaulted a mentally handicapped person, someone who's got some learning disabilities. All right, that is illegal as hell. That is illegal as hell. That's a felony. Definitely a felony where he lives. Did it right there on camera. Did it to humiliate him. But that's the thing. You have a guy who's basically going to physically assault and publicly humiliate someone with learning disabilities. Okay? Publicly humiliated him. Then you see the way that in the recording he humiliates and belittles and tries to break down his wife at the time. All right, he's breaking her down. I'm sorry, but these are not real high character traits that we're seeing in Rich. I mean, let's be honest here. This is how he treats other people. All right, this is how he treats women. This is how he treats people who have learning disabilities. All right. Now, people want to talk about certain people being bullies. I'm sorry, man, but someone who treats someone who's mentally handicapped that way, humiliates them publicly, slaps them around publicly, talks to their wives like that, breaks them down. No, man, he's a bully. He's a bully, and he's a sociopath. I mean, let's just be honest. That's sociopathic behavior, all right? And I don't know what else he does behind closed doors. I don't know. I have no idea. But what we are seeing here, just displayed publicly, Rich is a bully. He's a bully. I think it would be interesting if, you know, at some point, we kind of heard some of these exes' stories, you know. How did he talk to Sarah? How did he talk to her when the camera was off? I don't know, I wonder. Because, I mean, we're seeing a couple of bits of behavior here. What's this guy really like? And this is someone a lot of people look up to. I'm not going to get into all of his business that a lot of us know about. A lot of people out here know about other business that Rich is involved in we don't talk about. You know. What other distribution he might be into. But everybody knows who's on the inside. Everyone in the game knows. you know, yeah. This is someone a lot of people look up to. And yeah, it's concerning when you see the way that he actually treats other people. The only person, you know, see, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I saw with the Prophet Muscle thing. Now, he treats Jason Genova that way, treats his wife that way, but he didn't want nothing to do with Prophet Muscle. Didn't want nothing to do with him. And he just wanted to kind of play fighter. He didn't want, you don't want nothing to do with that. That's interesting. He only likes to pick on those weaker than him. I don't know, man. That's not a real good character trait. Alright, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.